Silent of goal! Lakewood are doing it! They're gonna take it! He's gonna bring down Burning. Alone with a double kill. Dropping fast. Bonnevoy's there. He's still alive! Wait, oh, seconds left. He's going one side. He's going a second. He's taking it. They're all die on three! They're all dead!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Summit 2 by G2A.com America. We have made it to the final and fifth best of one for today here on the Summit 2 and America division to be at that. And it's going to be a matchup between Union Gaming taking on Turn My Swag On. And fortunately enough, I will not be going at this one alone. I have found a friend, not just this cat right here in a teacup, but I found NA up-and-comer talent, prominently well-known, Discount Matt Damon. Mr. Riabores, are you there, my friend? Nope. Oh, I had you muted. Hello?
Oh, you did? Oh,
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Oh,
It
my
just it
introduction's
gets better
ruined.
and better.
Well, I don't know. I've been enjoying the Dota today, the 6.8 2C, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on 6.7 gay? Do you like that patch a lot?
You're
or-
funny. You're a funny one, all right. You even got gods laughing over here at me. I like it. Thank you. Well, let's just get you in place right now with your fancy little laptop, you schmuck, and we'll make sure we get this game underway. All right. We'll just go ahead and jump into the draft. Yes, 6.7 gay. I heard that you have a AKMMR in that bracket. Sure. Anyways.
I did. I just faced, okay, in that bracket, I don't know how long ago that was, but I think that was that with the Merlini stack, where he would just stack all the time, and then I would play against, like, and he would just, I don't know. It's been a long time.
You're a
if
big
that
fan
was
of the
been-
stacks. Yeah, I know.
Well, there's been a lot of them. They've been I don't know if they've been dying out because of the new ranked solo MMR, but that's another whole topic we can discuss.
Yes. Let's leave that for another discussion there, as we are going to see that Union Gaming, it just gets better and better. They're going to go ahead and first grab the Terror Blade now. We didn't see a lot of luck of it last game, which I saw you there haggling there in the crowd. So I'm sure you saw Stay Free's performance with Trouf opting for the mid lane Terror Blade, and they're quickly going to be going against what looks like Swag grabbing up the Bat Rider and the Skywrath Mage. So already Bat Rider being out there is a bit scary for this Terror Blade, but I don't know, man. Since this recent patch where they nerfed him down a little bit, I just don't think he's going to be as a pinnacle as most people, typically like to get out of him. I mean, maybe Cloud9 in the hands of someone like Eternal Envy can still do a lot of work with him, but I don't know. I feel like it's a bit more finicky. He's very delicate in the early game, and it takes a lot for him to get to that point where he can actually be a big nuisance.
I think if you have a hero coupled with him, like two strength heroes maybe, like an ogre plus maybe a Abaddon or tree or something, because Terrorblade, he can be range form, he has the metamorphosis, so you can pump out a lot of damage, and then you're able to survive because you have these tanky supports and these healing spells on you, and then you just run him in the safe lane. A lot of people do him mid, but if you just have one rotation gank and you shut him down a little bit in the early game, it can be really problematic. But last game it was more of a problem of, all right, we're going against a Naga Siren as a Terrorblade, and late game I still favor the Naga winning that, and then they just crushed all the lanes, and I don't know, and then the Puck lost to last game to the hero solo, so that wasn't, Jakiro lost to the Puck, so Grand got handled. Shout out.
It was rough.
So, but this game, Bat Rider and Skywrath, they can take down Terrorblade on his own. It's going to be heavy nuke damage, and here comes another burst. Are they a Visage? Okay, is this a Drow Visage coming out now?
We'll see. I mean, Drow Visage seems to be the one that would stand out first and foremost, having to rely on getting another secondary core here, and something that Union Gaming should be expecting. And I like that encounter to a Terrorblade kind of a pick. Medusa is something else that seems to be kind of popping up from time to time.
Oh, do I need to turn endgame on? Sorry.
Yeah, yes, you do, please.
Oh, no. All right, so...
that's karma for your gay joke.
It is.
Well, you get what you deserve, as now everyone on Dota TV World, welcome Riabores to the cast, of course. He's going to be contributing a lot, probably not as much as our cat in the cup, but at least something, hopefully, of value. As Visage, like you pointed out, grabbed here, rounds out the support duo here for Turn My Swag On. So I don't know how aggressive they're going to be going early, because the other thing they could consider here, though, is going with an aggro tri-lane to go up against this Terrorblade, which would be nice to have. I mean, even if you throw a Visage together with Skywrath Mage and the Drow, let's say, I think they could do some pretty good work against this Terrorblade in that. Is that something you would be behind? I mean, I feel like aggro tries seem to be one of the thorns in the sides against Terrorblade. I think last game they were even thinking he was going to be safe lane, but when he ended up in mid, it was just quite, unexpected.
I think they can go, like, it depends on the two other supports. With a Visage and a Skywrath, you can definitely go aggressive. The problem is I don't know if the Visage can roam mid. I mean, you have the Grave Chill and you have the initiations from the Skywrath Mage. It's just depending on how well Union Gaming can either dodge the tri-lane or get out of it. Like I said, if they get a tree here, or maybe an Abaddon to have Terrorblade have enough sustain in the lane, then yeah, he can do the safe lane. If not, then probably mid. But when you're facing 4 ranged heroes and you're a Terrorblade, now this is looking very squishy, and I don't know if they have enough. They have Witch Doctor for the heal, and they have Ogre, but that could be an offlane Ogre. So they're lacking initiation right now. So they need something to go around the map and try to counteract and get some pickoffs with the Drow Ranger. And I don't know, what's that going to be?
Yeah. Drow Ranger is at her weakest when you have someone who can close the gap, and, well, no one does that better than Sir Clockwork right here, which actually has been grabbed up here by Union Gaming. More than likely going to be their offlane position, but if you need to get a hold of a pesky Drow Ranger, even one who has a blink, who's trying to find great optimal positioning to dish out some hefty right clicks, Clockwork's going to be the one to kind of step in, get a hold of her, and allow everyone else to really open up from the outside. And it's just one for now, and they could probably bank on getting something else to kind of make it a little more secure. Witch Doctor, though, can benefit a lot from Clockwork getting something set up with those cogs, kind of holds them firm in place for his Death Ward to go out of control. And Ogre, we already know what he can contribute to the game as it is already, being almost the bouncer for any lane. But as you already pointed out, he could be used as a role. I mean, this could still be held onto as a mid-lane Ogre, as some teams have been slowly bringing in on their own, just kind of favoring his extra early stat gain and the burst potential he can kind of fall into. It's had somewhat moderate success being there, but more than likely going to be finding himself into that support position. So for the side of Turn My Swag On, who will have the next available pick here, to round this out, they would probably need a mid laner who can kind of pull this all together. Anything that's popping out to you in the meantime?
You can get the TA or maybe even an SF with a mechanism. Isn't too bad this game. One of those two heroes, maybe. Could also get.
They are Radiant side. Shadow Fiend wouldn't be too terrible.
Gone. Yeah, they are. Yeah, SF mid with Dire, which should never happen. If that happens, it should be ultimately always punished. But I'm worried for Clockwork. Oh, that instead, nope. Invoker is gonna be coming out here. So Forge Spirits plus the Visage Failures, and you have the.
Yeah.
I'm having a mind blank. Invokers.
Yeah, see, it's not so easy, huh? Yeah. Your mind's going to blank. Dude. Imagine when you're soul casting so many games and you're saying crazy stuff like 6.7 gay and ba-da-ba-da and dee-ba-doo, and it's making no sense.
I want to say Eidolon so badly for Enigma right now. It's not Forge Spirits. Okay. So Forge Spirits helping out. I don't know. I just had Eidolon stuck in my head for at least 15 seconds there. You're supposed to help. You're useless. Go away.
Yeah, don't worry. Big black bugs bleed blue blood. And Puck is going to be the final grab, and it's immediately snagged up by Citadel right there. So that's going to be a mid-lane Puck to go toe-to-toe with Relics Invoker. He used to play this hero many a time back in the day. But as we get underway, no surprises. We need to have a pause. Hold on a second. We're not ready to go.
Yeah, I think Swag outpicked them pretty hard this game. If you think about it, Clockwork's, if he hooks in, he has to have an Ogre there or a Puck there or a Witch Doctor. He's not going to get a solo kill on a Drow who can use the Gust out of the cogs. You have Skywrath who can turn it around instantly with the Mystic Flare. You have Forge Spirits, and then you also have Batrider's Firefly. So it's not going to be easy for these ganks solo, hopefully, but he should get a lot out of the offlane. The one problem is, like you said, mid lane, Invoker versus Puck. Puck has the advantage until maybe like 3 or 4, but with the Drow Aura coming in place, it's not going to be looking good. And also, this game, if he goes Quaz Wex on the Invoker, it could be problematic. All these heroes need mana, even the Terrorblade. So I'm not going to say he's going to do it. He's probably not, but this would be a really good game to have it though.
I certainly agree with that. And in Clockwork, it's already be fishy as it is for his initiation because you're going into like that Mystic Flare and everything and huge outside damage that he's going to be quickly relying on getting a hold of at least a Blade Mail or something to start things out. And potential Force Staff and BKB could be something they need to strongly consider, but you're already going to be going against as well Bat Rider. So as the game does begin, we've made it into the 5th and final one here for the Summit to America by G2A.com. We'll get things underway. It's going to be Turn My Swag On taking on Union Gaming. On your Radiant side, it's going to be Turn My Swag On, who are currently sporting a 2-2 record. And it's going to be Bloody 9 on his Bat Rider, which he loves to play already, heading straight beeline style towards this top where he gets a nice little obs off to kind of see any sort of early rotations in. Mid lane, it's going to be played by Relic, the Arteezy Slayer they like to slay, playing your Popped Collar Invoker. Bottom lane, I Annihilate, going to be repping the Core Roll Drow Ranger. And that leaves Ephrel on the support Visage. And to finish out their tri-lane on bottom, it's going to be Sleesel playing the Skywrath Mage. So they're not going to go with any sort of aggressive tri-lane to try to contest the early farm of Terrorblade. It looks like they feel more secure on just finding their own way on this bottom lane. I'll let you introduce it, buddy. Go.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
please.
so thoughtful today.
Go for it,
I
please.
didn't know you'd be so kind.
I'm trying.
All right, we have Angel playing the Clockwork, and then we have who's this guy? Can you help me out here?
Who,
Puck?
Puck?
All right, one.
Citadel.
Okay, Citadel playing the Puck mid. What's it with the numbers, dude? Wait, this doesn't even mean anything. Is that his girlfriend?
Certainly doesn't. I don't know.
Ogre
phone number.
gonna be getting this Zinder. So there's a Citadel and Zinderal. All right, so we have a Zinderal playing the Ogre, Vinjaz playing the Terrorblade, and then Nightmare playing the Witch Doctor.
Nightmare must be a stand-in. That's a new name. I haven't seen before, though, so I think they're all.
I don't even know. Yeah, I didn't know the Zitteral. I didn't know he played on the team. I know Citadel used to, and then
Citadel is on the team, and then there's Zinderals or something like that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm trying my best here. You got the lowercase and the capital letters.
I thought it was Zitteral too, but yeah, there's an L and there's a. Okay.
Yeah, they're just like brothers, I guess.
We're
Zitterals and
dyslexic
Citadel.
today.
Citadel's got this number name, yeah. So just so there's not too much confusion for even our viewers, that's how it falls. Meanwhile, you're going to see Blade Knight putting in some early harassment here on Nightmare's Witch Doctor in the top lane, who's going to try to keep babysitting this Terrorblade, allowing him to get all that early CS in, that sweet, sweet, delicious creep score. Ogre makes his return back to the top lane after bouncing out that top rune area. Bottom lane, of course, for Swag, it's going to be their Drow who's going to look to benefit the most out of this. Constantly trying to zone Angel back from getting anything is, of course, Sleesel here on the Skywrath Mage, just going to keep hopping and bopping him with these little arcane bolts to make sure he doesn't get too close to any sort of necessary CS. But he's still in the mix right now. He's already found one CS, and with a level in Rocket, I imagine he's going to just secure some early creep farm with that. He's already got a Clarity as well, so he'll keep looking for something.
Yeah, they did a nice pull up here in top lane, and they stacked it twice, so they're denying all the farm to Bloody 9 here, unfortunately. So he's going to be having a hard time getting level 2. And mid lane Invoker, he is going for the Quaz Wex build, so it's a risk. It's a high, I don't know, it's like risky in the laning stage, and then it's high reward later on, though. So
I've seen more often lately. It's weird. I mean, I guess Invokers have been really getting into the whole Quas Wex. I felt like it's more situational. Maybe if you're going against a Medusa and you want to be able to pull out the utility of an EMP, or maybe you have your own like late game carry. I mean, I guess Drow is that, but it's not like a Morphling or a Naga where you're just trying to use it as crowd control and creating additional space in these team fights. And well, for now, it looks like he's going to look to make it a strong use here. So already has the Cold Snap ready to go as he goes toe-to-toe with Puck in the mid lane. Puck is the top, though. It's going to be 14-2 to Relic's 8-1. So Relic is struggling right now without the benefit of that extra attack. But she does have 2 claws now, so that will certainly help. But Puck is the one leading out the front to start.
Yeah, and imagine if he didn't have the extra 8 damage coming from the Precision Aura. So it's one of the matchups that you should get crushed in, and you almost always have to go Exort in against a Puck. But with the Precision and the comeback mechanics for Invoker, it could work out this game.
Yeah.
Clockwork, he's already a level 3 here, and they have no ways to really shutting him down. Always can push back the lane with the cogs. And
yeah.
Skywrath, we haven't seen Sleezel get into action this game. Normally he likes to help out. If he needs, once he gets level 3 though, he'll probably use his Ancient Seal and go mid.
I mean, now he sees Clockwork and he's like, get the hell out of here. You're not getting any of this. Get back. Because Clockwork does not have any more regen at this point. I don't know if he's saving to go right for maybe an early bottle. so we can really get a lot done from at least the bottom half of the river, and enough sustain to stay in lane and find continuous XP. But he's matching right on par, at least with the supports for now, so he's constantly lingering close enough, but he has to play a little extra risky now that he has no more regen to work with. I'm sure Sleesel, who's already mid-clarity and actually doesn't get denied from that rocket, will be able to continually put out the arcane bolts. And with that, it looks like Angel is going to take the long walk all the way back to base, at least trying to block some of the creeps on the way in, so that when he does make his return, they will be hopefully a little closer to his tower to work with. And now you're going to see the 4-minute rune pop up, which it looks like Citadel's already creeping towards this top one with the assistance of his ogre buddy. They should be able to swiftly grab it. It's a bounty rune. That leaves the bottom room to be regen, which FRL will just quickly take for himself.
This is where Invoker, well, do they have any detection for Invoker here? No, he should be fine, even if he does get caught out.
Well, they're making big moves on him. And the silence, though, if it's going to be long enough, quickly pulls out the Ghost Walk, however. And like you said, without detection, they're not going to be able to finish that kill unless he could just, like, shoot out an orb right now. Come on, throw the Hail Mary. No, I'm not even going to go for it. There it is. Oh, no. Side dodge right there. Matrix, as Relic is able to avoid the incoming big bullet. And we'll be able to live to fight on this mid lane. So, unfortunately there, as Ogre will not have any sort of way to see, but he's still flirting with the idea of staying near this mid lane as he clarities up, but ultimately will step himself back to the bottom. Now touching pace on the opposite side of the map, we haven't given a lot of attention up here. Batrider still 0-0, having a real rough time in this offlane right now, and getting out of it is going to be terrible. 33-11, king of CS right now. He's got the poor man's shield, the ring of Bassi all ready to go, and he could look to just do an early investment in power treads just to get a little bit of extra life, a little bit of extra meat on the bones, I like to say.
Yeah, that's the first time that the creeps have been at the tower. So Bloody Nine, he's been trying as hard as he can just to get here, but instead, what's interesting to note is that the supports haven't been stacking for him at all. So on the side of Swag, and that's not really good. They've only have this one big camp, and bottom lane actually Angel is going to go down here. Yes, there's no.
Boom. There it is. Your first blood of the game going to go into our other casting friend,
top
Mr.
lane,
FRL. Whoa! Not going to happen. There is a long auto attack, but it's going to get there too late as Ogre manages to barely slip away back to his home base. But FRL does strike first for his team. Swag move up 1-0. And a nice start to have here in a lane that wasn't really getting a lot towards Clockwork. They get something.
Yeah, just playing really aggressive there. They thought they had enough survivability with the Ogre and the Clockwork there, and just nope. Too much burst damage coming out from the side. You have a Skywrath and a Visage. That's just that's like how much damage? That's a lot of burst damage coming out. And Relic's killing an Urn first. Don't know if I've seen that in a while. It's been a while since I've, yeah. And right now though, Angel, he's level 4. Bloody Nine is doing a lot better now since the rotations of the Ogre's gone. So he's level 4 now, and maybe he'll start going his way to the jungle. I don't know. He hasn't utilized the jungle at all this game. That's why I've been wondering.
Yeah. They have an extra stack over here in the side pool camp, but I don't know if that's something they're saving for bad or if they're going to use in their own lane if needed. But I annihilate 32-17 on this Drow, bringing plenty of denies as well to take that away from that Clockwork. But top is we're going to see your first siege attack. That's Benjaz pulling out his transformation, and already you can look at the frickin' damage. 138 plus 6 is doing tremendous work, and this tower might end up going down. Now, of course, they have
going down though first.
Oh, they run past him behind. They get Sleesel, they get a Fire Blast and an Ignite, but they're actually not going to pursue. They see Bloody Nine come right back into the lane here, and he needs to stop them from pushing on in. So he pulls out the Firefly and is trying to deter the creeps elsewhere. But Terrorblade's not letting up just yet. His transformation has a little bit time left before it's done, so he'd love to be able to get a few more shots in, but ultimately it will be enough to force them back.
Yeah, they didn't know if the rotations, do they have any TPs? They don't have any TPs on Annihilate or FRL. If they had dove there, they would have got the kill for sure.
But Citadel has Coil, and Sleesel's dead.
Relic's gonna TP though. He might get a return kill.
Alright, well for now they finish off Sleesel, the support. Here comes Relic, he wants Nightmare. He's moving on in. Cyclone needs a few more right clicks, and then he has a Ghost Walk to fall back on if they don't have detection. Oh man, he's making him work for it right there. Oh, Ghost Walk, he goes to the north. He's trying to juke away.
Nine. He's got Tranquil Boots. They should catch up. And there's a courier here. This could be a snipe off for Relic.
Oh man, he's so tempted, but they know he's here. Oh, here comes Bloody Nine, sweeping through, trying to slow them. Sunder catches him, though. Yeah, they swap lives, and now Bloody Nine might be in trouble. And it looks like Relic's like, oh, well, this is enough. And he's going to pop out of his Ghost Walked in lane, and that's going to be enough to force them back. But look who's back. It's Nightmare. Rocket catches, but it's not going to get on anyone, and ultimately they will pull all the way back. And Relic starts heading back towards the mid lane. He's not going to get that rune. It's a bounty that's going to be snagged up instead by Ogre, and that leaves Citadel to be able to conveniently grab up this invis on his puck.
You're trying to keep alive this tower against a Terrorblade when you should just be trying to get your Blink Dagger this game. This is just not working out for Bloody Nine. You should just sack that tower, and as long as you don't sack 2, you should be in a fine position. You'll be able to get some creeps, maybe 1 or 2 waves, and it'll be fine. But they really want to defend this. I mean, now they have to defend it because that's what they've been prioritizing. And they have this ward behind the tower. I don't think it saw Sleazel rotating, but
they're going on bottom at the same time. Citadel uses that invis to catch a hold of F4L with the coil. Fire Blast fall up and a rocket later. That Visage is done. Meanwhile, top lane, as they continue to press on in, the Glyph is going to be used, but that will be an easy, secure tower for Union Gaming, as they're going to have to pull all the way back from that harassment. And now with Terrorblade grabbing that tower, pulls all the way out, and he's got 1,500 gold already invested. And if he wants to put that towards his first and early Yasha. Meanwhile, mid lane, Citadel makes his return, and Relic's still here, but yeah, that urn grab, big questionable.
About to touch base on that urn. I don't know. What do you think? I just think he has to rush the Orchid, and then he's got a Ring of Regen. He's going for a Force Staff and not the Orchid fast rush. If you're playing the Invoker Quaswex, you need the Orchid, and you want to go for the fast rush, go for the 2 Robe of Magi's into it.
We'll see how much they favor the damage that could have came with an Orchid over the positioning power of a Force Staff, as he could end up using that to save out a precious ally in being Drow Ranger, and it might be able to pay for itself, but we'll see how they take it. Speaking of Drow, looking to complete what looks like an early set of drums, now moves into the jungle to farm it on up. She is at 62-20 to contest Terrorblade, 72-18. But as the mid-game begins to develop here, I mean, there's a reasonable amount that's going in favor, I'd have to say, for Union Gaming. Already, it's been Citadel putting in the work with that coil. He has another one ready to go with a Blink Dagger now. Hookshot is about to be up and ready here for Angel, about as he gets his level 6. But jumping in, getting a nice 2-man coil is Citadel once again. Quickly steps out. Silence is going to be there. They want to finish off Clockwork if possible. He does end up going down, but Annihilate might get away. No! They take down the puck, and Annihilate does manage to go into the side shop and TP out. Big return kills right there for Swag with some smart rotations.
Yeah, that's a big play. I thought the Clockwork and mid lane, they're going on Relic. Do they have Dust? They do have Dust, and there's the ward. Nice Tornado, though.
Big Tornado stops the Death Ward, and that's enough for Relic to get away. Great play right there. And Swag get a lot going for him after those two. 4-2 for their score. They don't lose their Invoker mid lane, and they take down not 1 but 2 in the bottom.
I have mixed feelings still about this Force. I keep on thinking about it going back and back because you have a Clockwork on the enemy team, but he just got his level 6 right here, and if he had that during the last team fight, they could have turned it around and killed them. But still, it was a good play. But the rotation from Sleazel made all the plays happen, and the burst damage to Puck, the silence. So it was really well played from Swag there. Now they're going to got FRL 6. He's got a point booster, so he's been farming relatively okay, but he's only got 12 CS, maybe have some more, and now they're going to be pressuring this top lane here.
And as they slowly inch on in, and those familiars now benefit from the extra bit of damage coming out from that aura, this could be a very quick push right here, and it's going to be on Union Gaming to go for defense, but already we see Terrorblade going right towards the mid lane where there's not going to be anyone. He has that Yasha now. He quickly pulls out Metamorphosis. He's going to go for a trade. So he pushes in, and now he's doing 192 plus 9
Wait, they have a blink?
damage.
No, they don't have a blink on bat. Oh, they're mid though.
Trying to keep him back while they do work on top. That top tower fell so damn quick. And now they're looking to go. They get a coil. It does catch on Bloody 9. Orb also hits, and with a Fire Blast, Puck's able to get in the last hit. Mystic Flare does a little bit of damage, but not enough to catch him out. In top lane, they continue to push with just the 3. And these 3 do big damage still. So now as they begin to do serious work on this tier 2, it's going to force a Glyph out, while Terrorblade is still trying to get himself near the tower. His Metamorphosis only has a little bit of time left, but look at the damage. Glyph is going to be forced out for the hopeful remainder.
Damage mid, though. Look at that damage.
I know, the Metamorphosis, man. It's very much real with these illusions. It's ridiculous. Look at the damage. He gets the tower and he gets away from that gust, and that is becoming so annoying. Much more annoying than the new Dogcoin emote that people are spamming in chat, that's for sure. But
Yeah, what the heck is that, dude?
I don't know, but man, everyone seems to love that frickin' thing. Anyways, still.
Need the cat coin now. 'Cause you got a cat cup.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Well,
Whoa.
Union Gaming get a tower, and Swag can't push hard enough to quite get 2 towers for it, so it ends up being a tower for a tower in the end. And 4 and 3 still advantage for Swag. Net worth not too crazy for either side, but you know, Union Gaming's Terrorblade, he's getting a lot right now. I mean, he had the Yasha already, and now he has already 1,600 gold. I'm not really sure, man. It might come down to plan B here for Swag on doing some sort of serious side pushing like we saw there on the back of a more farmed Drow that could pull it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Both teams have great split push here.
And then finally, Relic has the Tornado and the EMP up. He's had the only Tornado and the Cold Snap up, which I was going to start flaming, but now it's okay. It's back to normal, where it should be. But he needs this for the fights, and yeah, they gave up a tower hook shot going in. Sleazel's going to die here, though.
Caught at the bottom of the river. Sleazel manages to make his way out, however. Orb flies
Force
through, and he
Staff,
makes it
though.
to the high ground. Very nice. There's that Force Staff already putting a little bit of work there, Ryu, from Relic, as he's able to
Well,
save
that's on the
Skywrath
clockwork.
Mage.
He freaking. I hate people who do that, and he actually doesn't have. Okay, I think I understand why he went. He went max Rocket Flare. Because
Yeah.
he's facing this, I guess, heavy push
Dyer's
also.
bottom tower
But he
is under
burned his
attack.
mana instead of keeping him there. That's the reason. If he had just waited,
Yeah.
because the puck could have blinked in. But I still hate that. I hate when people do that. They cogs them out just to mana burn them. That's ridiculously
Yep.
dumb.
What could have potentially been a pickoff is now just Skywrath Mage getting a little bit of harassment and forcing Clockwork having to go all the way back to base to get more of that mana. So I understand where you're coming from, but they're already getting a glimpse of Invoker with that Force Staff being right on par as far as preventing anyone from getting caught out too easily. And then they can quickly bounce back with a big Mystic Flare to catch out anything in a cog wall. But mind you, of course, Clock is building indeed towards that Blade Mail, so kind of have to second guess where you want to drop the
Oh, mid lane
armor.
though,
Yeah.
they've got the pickoff going Citadel.
Nice catch right there. The Tornado, EMP all in combo. Bat Rider putting that first Blink Dagger lasso to use, it looks like. Does take down Citadel in his puck. And that looks like Benjaz wants to make a push happen here on the bottom. His Metamorphosis has
Benjaz.
popped out. Silence is there. And they're going to try to follow it up. Big damage Mystic Flare. And with still Sunder available,
He was
man.
dying to the
Yeah,
image.
it's-
If he had kept
my
going, he would
goodness.
have died.
It's like, ow, ow. That illusion, man. That still even hurts. So they can't quite take down. He Sunders Nightmare to get all of his life back while Nightmare just heals himself back up very, very easily with the Voodoo Restoration. So a nice quick play.
Dyer's middle tower
And they'll
is
just
under
continue what they
attack.
started here on the bottom lane.
They're late. Oh,
Metamorphosis.
Boba! No, not a Boba.
Dyer's
Not a Bulba?
middle tower
Moment.
has fallen.
Oh, I meant to say not a Bulma moment.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There we go. Right clicking it home. That tower is mincemeat right there. Quickly
Radiant's
falls
bottom
right at the back
tower
end of
has
the
fallen.
Metamorphosis for Benjaz. And he also gets that tower kill. So
Dyer's
with Ultimate
middle
Orb
tower
already,
is under attack.
Manta that much closer. And they will spread out from the bottom with a smoke and maybe look to make an engagement towards this mid lane. Now, this gets a bit scary as Relic heads up to the north and away. It looks like he's now going to build towards that Orchid there, as he already has the Quarterstaff and Sage's Mask in his stash. And Union Gaming hoping to find
Refreshing,
anyone
dude.
out here in the mid lane. I don't
Talking
think they will.
Did you hear me?
What?
I said it was a refresher, dude.
What's a refresher?
The Invoker. I'm just kidding, man.
You think it's going to be a refresher? I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
no. Bottom lane,
It
though.
could be, though.
Guys,
Really lately, you never really know with some of these crazy-ass builds people throw together. And
What would they- I could see it working, but not this early on.
Tornado catches here on Witch Doctor. Cold Snap, negative earn, and right clicks to follow, but with the silence right there from Puck, and while the rest of the squad move on through, they want to get a hold of Drow. Benjaz very low with no Sunder available.
Annihilate on the back over here.
Yep,
Dyer's
counting on
top
move
tower
speed
is
though,
under
and
attack.
Benjaz is going to be forced to pull off. Ignite does catch over on Annihilate, who has to go right in the base to get healed up. Puck in the meanwhile finishes off that Bat Rider, jumping from Angel. They take out Skywrath Mage, so Drow makes it into the base, able to heal up, but they still lose 2 and take no one. As
So
it
they
looks
got
like
the tower top though. Look at the F4 rat doing work. He's almost got his
Dyer's courier
in
has
500
been
gold.
killed.
He's got his eggs, but this might be a
Oh,
Radiant's
Relic also
bottom
gets the
tower
courier
is under
down. No
attack.
cargo on it, but he takes
Right,
it.
Dyer's top
a
tower
huge
is under
win
attack.
for Swag there.
Yeah.
Relic was playing way too aggressive and just went on them. They still didn't have any detection though for the puck, so they either the puck needs to get it or the Witch Doctor should have had it there. But It's still really hard to kill him with the 4-staff max movement speed.
Oop,
And
tornado, EMP. Just a bit of harassment. He already didn't have much mana to work with, but now his day just sucks even more for Ogre. In the mid lane, we'll just kind of go back to his usual CS. Bloody Nine goes towards the top lane. Company with F4L had been doing the more greedier support play, just constantly split pushing it up, but that's putting him pretty damn close now. He's about to have his Agnums here after this creep once he finishes it.
Level 9 too, that's not what you want. He needs to get some levels.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long way. Benjaz though could be in trouble here.
Oh, flight.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
oh. Pumps once, pumps twice, misses the third time. And unfortunately, Bloody Nine now on the back end of a coil also gets his buddy Relic caught in it. Tornado going to be dodged out from Puck, but they're looking to fire back as Angel hook shot in, and they do have dust this time. And they quickly realize Clock will fall. Visage steps back with a nice soul assumption. Oh, dodging about Cineral. Negative earn brings him down pretty low. Still only a 1-for-1 when it's all said and done.
That was an amazing play by Sleazel. He silenced the Clockwork immediately as he hooked in, so no cogs, so they didn't get the kill. Even though they might have had a 4-staff there, but I think he might have went down.
And that only helps amplify the damage that everyone else is dishing onto him, so he falls quickly. Bat Rider does go down. It could have been a lot better had he been able to get that snag onto Benjaz, who has his Metamorphosis popped already, and it's actually about to expire as he progresses down this mid lane. Manta complete and near 1,800 gold. This guy is getting scarier and scarier as it goes on, and when you put that in comparison on the other side, I Annihilate on this Drow, still trying to throw together her own Yasha after the good old reliable drums. It just comes to how much damage the overall team of Swag, with the benefit of that aura, can do against this one very mighty Terrorblade.
Well, you have this spell and Tornado and EMP that both have like a 30-second cooldown, so you can constantly, when he goes for the base stages, you can put some pressure on top lane though. No, just harassing, making the enemy team probably rotate. He's going for the kill, but they have the ward here scouting it out, so Relic's going to be able to back. But you have, EMP, both of them have 30-second cooldown, and they Tornado EMP, and you can just keep using them on the images and they immediately blow up. So he needs a lot of, he needs maybe a Satanic on top of the Scotty that he's probably about to pick up for these illusions to not instantly die to the Tornado Wex Invoker.
It's true. Meanwhile, you see another Tornado EMP, flies out, catches on Ogre. Now he's pretty much rendered into a big creep. Might as well just find yourself a neutral camp and sit there, buddy, when you have no mana. As he'll have to kind of just take himself back to his own side. And a very pesky Relic Invoker is proven to be of good worth here, because the rest of their team has been busy doing Roche. And they get it done. And now, Drow's going to pick up that extra life. Relic's got actually 2 Oblivion Staffs. He's real damn close to getting hold of that Orchid. And this is a moment for Swag to really light it up at this point, because Union Gaming are now kind of scrambling all over the place to try to find someone to get a hold onto.
Yeah, the split push, they have a Clockwork and a Puck. You really can't split push, and even a Witch Doctor and an Ogre, they can clear out the lanes a little bit fast, but not nearly as fast as the Agnum's Visage, now level 11.
Yeah.
You've got Invoker, who's almost unkillable because he went to 4-step. I'm not saying, I'll take it back. It's really good this game just because of the Clockwork and he can dodge ganks and help allies. But and now he has a good fast-paced 22-minute Orchid, so it's really good for him this game. And he's also 2-0. He hasn't died. So they also have the 4-staff now from Bloody Nine.
I see Benjaz with already that one ultimate orb in his stash ready to go. The first step towards that Scotty, that pesky Scotty that Terrorblades love to get. The extra bit of stats in the slow certainly helps as well. And for the rest of Union Gaming, I think they might smoke up here. Do they have one? They actually don't. Well, I guess they're just moving as a group instead towards the top lane and being a nearby aid for this Terrorblade just in case. Where Relic has already been residing himself here while the push is getting ready to come towards their way. I wonder when they're going to wait, because now Bloody Nine with both his Blink Dagger and 4-staff ready to go and Aegis on their side. Swag might consider going for a big push here in the near future. And there's your smoke.
Yep, here they come. Well, they'll get a haste rune, and they know where they are too. They have this ward right here. I'm surprised they didn't sentry or anything. They're all basically waiting, and Bloody Nine went down while the other guys, they went up. And Annihilate's not here though, so if they do initiate, okay, this Ogre though.
Ogre kidnapped away from his team. Not quite into that Mystic Flare, but they should have enough to still take him down, and they do. So a big smoke gank and a big engagement to just take down the support. Maybe not the best thing they could have asked for, but still a kill nonetheless. And more space for Annihilate in this mid lane to get more work done. Now her Manta is complete as her most recent investment, and she'll just continue to just do work elsewhere. We'll see if she decides to opt for something of positional use like a Blink Dagger, or if she'll just continue to build up a little more damage from here.
I wouldn't be surprised if even the Terrorblade goes to BKB after he's got a.
Wow, they move right in. He just gusts Angel back, finishes out Witch Doctor, turns back the attention towards Angel and finishes him off. That was a slaughter with the help of Bloody Nine coming in from the skies. They just made quick work of that little support and off-lane clockwork. Now they're going to just take themselves down the mid lane. They still have an Aegis to use, and they're ready to fight.
And the Ogre is going to be caught out here too. With
No mana. He's done for. Another takedown. Swag looking real sharp at this point. And this tower going to go down real damn quick. Look at it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They pull out the glyph last second.
Only picked up a Lincoln's instead of a Gotti.
Oh, wow.
Dire's middle tower has
How
fallen.
about that?
Well, the Lincolns does help with lasso, I suppose. And here's a two-man coil. Catches out both Relic and Annihilate. Meanwhile, you see the lasso. It's going to go ahead and pull Benjaz back. He pops up that Lincoln's. I imagine with the help of the Force Staff, and he does end up falling. Now Tornado to fly out here on the back end. Relic still alive and well. They do end up losing their Bat Rider, but they take the clock again. So now only the Puck alive, who's currently in the mix. Big soul assumption. A few more right clicks, they can take him down. Yules followed up with a nice stun. Ice wall. Boom. Killing spree for Relic. Swag go on a tear. They end up taking down pretty much
They still have the
six.
Aegis too, so Annihilate, he could just sacrifice his life to the tower.
And he's, oh man, and the alacrity there as well. Look, oh my god, look at the damage.
Dire's
than a
middle tower
Terrorblade.
has fallen.
Yeah. Oh,
Dire's
2
middle
times multi.
barracks are under
They're
attack.
helping out Ionite get to full life again though.
Dire's
And that's
middle-
Rax gone.
Dire's middle
That's,
barracks
yeah.
has
I
fallen.
didn't even
And
think
as
Tony could've done it that
Ron
fast.
Burgundy would say, that escalated quickly.
What just happened? I don't even know.
Yeah, they just
Radiant's
lost
bottom
Terrorblade and
tower
lost
is
Rax
under
because
attack.
of it. After he
Yeah.
made that investment in Lincolns.
They basically had the silence go onto Benjaz, and he didn't have his Manta, so he couldn't cast any of his other spells like Sunder or anything. And they also, these 2 silences coming out from Sleaze on the Drow are punishing him, as well as the Orchid now finished up on Invoker, and they have nothing to do with it. This lineup is extremely based on up being like 20 or 25 kills by this time for Union Gaming.
Yeah.
And they didn't get enough done during the middle. Like, it has to be constant pressure from the 5 to 15 minute mark, and they didn't apply enough and create enough space for Benjaz.
Long
And,
hook though, catches on F4L here all on his lonesome. This might be a free handover, and it will be. Zogre steps in, gets the multi to finish him off. So Union Gaming do grab one little pest on their side on the way out, but still very much Swag's game, making strong use of that Aegis. I mean, they didn't have to use it, but still with their assertive force, taking down mid lane and that big team fight, wiping out pretty much 6 when it's all done, including the comeback from Clockwork. They take down a set of racks, and now it looks like they'll turn their attention towards the bottom. This is their time when they feel at most confident. And I Annihilate holding in the lane, even with
Dire's
FRL
bottom
dead,
tower
the
is
Familiar's
under
still
attack.
alive. Just
Angel
look at
could
the
be in trouble
damage.
here. Angel's in trouble. Yeah, he's gonna go down here.
Angel
Way
gets
too
grabbed.
far out
Soul
against the Bat
Assumption.
Rider.
Yep. Pops his dust before he goes. A little bit of fairy flavor in the air before he ends up passing. And now Swag's game as they actually look to instead double back, where Terrorblade was trying to split push on his own in this top lane. Couldn't quite get a lot going on that tier 2 tower yet. Still reserves his metamorphosis and might need to consider reserving some of his gold for buyback at this point, because it's become quite scary as Swag, man, after taking down that mid set of racks, you can't afford to handing over any deaths when you don't have the buyback available at this point, because their pushing power is just too good.
Yeah, they have way too many kiting abilities coming out from Swag, and this Lincoln's is, we could just talk about it. It's not the reason why they lost that fight, but it's not going to help them for the rest of the game. He definitely needs a BKB to stop all these silences and lockdowns coming out. So
Yeah,
they
Ogre.
didn't manage to, just that whole escalate fight happening mid, it's crippling them, because he needed another item or two before they could really fight 5v5.
Side by side running down here on the bottom. I Annihilate very close to the Ogre as they do a little bit of what looks like a dewarding on the opposing side. They get a nice aggressive ward down here as they're hoping for some sort of opportunity to open up on Swag and go for a comeback. Benjaz continues to bring in. It looks like now he will go for the Scotty as he gets another ultimate orb already.
I don't agree with it. He needs a BKB now. That should have been... BKB is his third item. You get Manta first always for the split push and pushing, and it can dispel a lot of silences. The Lincoln's probably should have been a Scotty, but...
Oh, here we go, though.
BKB
Union Gaming trying to come in from behind, but Puck comes in a little too far behind. Angel, though, there to catch a hold of, but Sleesel is able to get forced on out, and Clock quickly gets taken down, and now, unfortunately, it looks like Citadel is going to have to go on the retreat after dropping a coil back to home, and a big Mystic Flare dropped right on the head of Witch Doctor will take him out, and you see Ogre quickly retreats as Citadel also out of there. That was a very questionable engagement. Puck didn't really find the target he wanted, orbing on in, and couldn't land a big coil silence. And as they come in from behind and kind of stagger apart, it just makes for quick work from Swag.
Silence.
Their heroes just don't do anything in these team fights, it feels like. Yeah, they just, okay, well, we can silence, burst you down a little bit with some of our nuke damage, but that's only on one hero. Where's their AoE coming out from? Witch Doctor has to get like a cast on 5 heroes, and they don't move, and then a Witch Doctor ulti.
An ulti from somewhere where they can't see him because there's Gust, there's Orchid, there's Ancient Seal, Tornado EMP. There's so much that can prevent him from getting everything he'd like out. Well, now they're looking to come from the low ground here. Alacrity, this Drow. Wow, that tower's so low. In fact, they will be able to step back and finish it off. And now the bottom exposed for you Swag to consider moving on in, even forcing their Terrorblade to be involved. Holding 2k gold. He will have a buyback this time if he does fall. But Swag instead, you know, maybe they'll just kind of slow siege it, wait for Roche to come back up, and move from there. As it looks like that will be somewhat of a game plan. Annihilate's going to pull himself up to the top lane to continue farming. I guess the damage has been done. They got a small objective there, grabbing that tier 3, and they'll walk away for now with their winnings.
Well, they'll probably just wait for the Roshan. It could spawn now, so they're always going to be checking. And they're just going to make sure that they don't get split pushed by the Terrorblade, and they're just going to confine them to the base. So backing out's not fine. They almost have the BKB on Bloody 9, and with that, they have absolutely zero things to stop him. Drow has her butterfly basically once... maybe, I can't do math right now, maybe 100, 200 gold. This is hard. 1800 plus 900, go. Quick, Cottle guy, go.
I don't know, 2700?
Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Alright. Math?
Call me Rain Man. No, but yeah, I know what you mean. And as soon as she gets this butterfly, she's going to have the time of her life. There's no MKB in anywhere near future. Bottom lane is Solar Coil on FRL here. As the hook shot's going to fall here from Angel, lock him in place. And they're also going to commit a Death Ward. So, I mean, yeah, they got FRL, but they had to commit a lot for it. That was 3 ultimates for a Visage, who still has these birds to kind of annoy them with. Look at him. Look at him. Ah, the birds! Doing more damage than they are. Oh my god, they're going to get Nightmare with it. Oh my god. Visage back even from the grave, and now they'll get Angel. That is heartbreaking for Union Gaming, thinking that they could even just hope to get Visage. With 3 different ultimates, they do, but the birds live on. And they caca their way into a sweet kill. A couple of them, actually.
Yeah. Annihilate. Searching. Sleazel? No. Well,
they're coming down both lanes.
Oh, the courier.
Oh my god, get that boar out of here.
Are under attack.
Terrorblade, though.
Back to Blaze.
Can't say that he's not farmed. 330 CS at 32 minutes.
Top of the net worth, you know, he's king as far as farm, but he is but one man. Many illusions, but one man.
Yep,
and you're going to be going against this...
and then he's pretty useless.
The overall team, though, of Swag is just so nice. They got everything they can need. A lot of tools to utilize as far as crowd control, creating sprays, and then, of course, the damage that's being dished out from Drow and her aura to everyone else. It's just uncontested, even for a Terrorblade. And Roche is up. Let's do it quick. They move in. They get the Alacrity to Annihilate. Birds being there as well. And Union Gaming are going as fast as they can.
Clockwork does have hook shot. A big play here. Is he gonna hook Roshan or is he gonna hook the Drow?
Oh, he goes. He does get Drow. Roche is still alive with a little bit of life to work with. He also pops the cogs and might end up handing his overlife. Emo coming in from behind. Terrorblade with an army. Creeps on through doing big damage towards Annihilate. They are desperate to take down Roche. And it's going to be grabbed and picked off from the Radiant. And it goes in the pocket, though, of Annihilate, who has to quickly use it. But she's also going to fall again. This Terrorblade has creeped in and will be able to take down not once but twice the Drow Ranger.
Oh my. Alright, FRL. How big is your back? And Invoker's here too. So they could technically turn on him, but the Lincoln's here.
Long Tornado does catch on Terrorblade very nicely to slow him down, but F4L still wounded and slow from the Ignite. Getting burnt very low.
Bird.
20?
Bird.
Oh, somebody give that guy an urn. There you go. Now he's able to live, but still. Bit scary. That was the best opportunity right there for Union Gaming, catching out everyone in the Roche pit and coming in from behind at just the right moment. But they still lost 3. Terrorblade gets a lot out of it, but I don't know. I think Swag still have full control of this one. Ogre does get an Agnums, and that can be a very surprising thing.
Surprising that Relic used his Tornado on the Clockwork and the Puck inside, but basically they need to have him using all his spells on the Terrorblade. He's basically the only real AoE clear, you could say, for the Terrorblade, unless Bloody Nine goes in and he gets the right one. He can use the Firefly plus the Flame Break, get the illusions to half HP.
Yeah.
He's got his BKB, but the problem is that Scotty and 4 or 5 illusions, you're not going to be moving anywhere. And, well, I think he saw those illusions and got hopeful there. Sorry, Angel. But, so he has to optimize his spell usage a lot more effectively in these team fights. Because that army basically almost won in the
Ooh, blinking forward. Bloody Nine wants to get a hold of Angel. Should be able to, but not going to invest the lasso for it. Not needed, as Drow's able to easily clean up that Clockwork, even with the Blade Mail popped. We'll take Annihilate down to about half life, but still, she'll live on. The urn's going to be right there, and now they will just pressure out this mid lane while it's going to quickly force the rest of Union Gaming to get on back. Clockwork down for 30 seconds with no buyback. Leaves a 5 versus 4 engagement, and Terrorblade, who does have Metamorphosis available, pops it out right now. Annihilate gets caught with the coil and could be bursted down immediately. Death Ward also going to be dropped. The Gust is quickly there, actually, the Deafening Blast. She's still alive with lots of space to work with. It is now unloading on the Terrorblade. Takes him down. He needs to buy back, and he will. Puck also needs to buy back. They're both on the field now. Gem hits the deck.
Though. What is the Terrorblade
but what is he going to do? He has to run in and right-click as best as possible, trying to slow down the Batrider, but they're racks now.
Oh, the Puck, backside, Orchid. He has the Yule still.
Oh, goes in, gets caught out, silenced up, uses himself to get rid of that silence and quickly blinks away. Now back into the fray, goes for Bloody Nine. Bloody Nine will end up going down, but still, both racks fall. They end up taking out Drow. There's 3 still alive here on the side of Swag, and when it's all done, that's another set of racks down for the side of Union Gaming.
And 2 buybacks on their highest net worth heroes.
Yep.
So that's not, yeah, that's a huge win. And searching, he wants to find something. But that fight, that was a really good fight from Relic. He used his Deafening Blast and Tornado onto the Puck and the Terrorblade, so he needed to use the spells on the right targets. And then the Orca was canceled, and then Bloody Nine got a great lasso off on Benjaz, securing the No Thunder counter plays coming out. So really well played from Swag there, finding a way to counter the Terrorblade and get him down. So this is why
really
he
shoved
had
him back, man. That Relic,
BKB though.
Relic's Deafening Blast put in some serious work in that fight to kind of create the little bit of wiggle room for Drow to just continue to dish out the right clicks when it looked like she was going to be done for. I mean, she got caught in the coil like halfway through, working from mid lane to bottom, and it was a real bad spot.
It was unfortunate that the Death Ward didn't target the Drow first.
Yeah.
That was very unfortunate.
There's still a lot there. Now they might go in Annihilate, however. They jump on top lane with a very nice coil, but quickly going to get used up to avoid the silence. We'll rift back for now, but they might still go on a hunt, but the EMP is going to zone them back a bit. And Union Gaming were hoping to get a quick gag right there on Annihilate, but that's not going to be the case. Now Nightmare stuck behind. Familiar's moving in. Stun is going to catch, and now they'll finish off the Witch
Bloody
Doctor.
Knife, that's not what you want to do.
But yeah, Bloody Nine's
We
trying
got
to
him,
get
though.
right in there. Does manage to grab Terrorblade and pull him right back. Now they can open up on him, possibly. FRL dishes out some right clicks, and they do finish him off. It's Invoker who gets it done. FRL dominating streak. Relic with his BKB pops it, cleans out the rest. It's a 5-man takedown, and Drow immediately buys back, and they beeline it towards this top lane to finish off what they started and go right for the Megas. Not one person on Union Gaming has a buyback available. This is probably the beginning of the end, and Swag are going to be looking to walk out of here with a big win.
Yeah, that's pretty much game right there. There's nothing they can do. They should just call it. That was I thought Bloody Knife, 5 illusions apparently attacking him. That's 0, like not enough damage.
Certainly not, and there's the call. It looked like all or nothing kind of a play from Union Gaming to get a hold of Annihilator. That proved to be too much, as his team behind him was just too strong, and a team together works a lot better than one big bad Terrorblade. He may have the top net worth and the most of the farm, but it just goes to show that with great synergy and that Invoker able to dish out heavy crowd control and Drow to add not only damage for herself but for Visage and company, they just kind of overwhelmed Union Gaming, and there was no coming back.
Yeah, the 3 silences coming out from Skywrath and the Invoker as well as the Drow were crucial. You also had a nice lockdown coming out from Invoker as well as the Batrider. He made some big plays towards the end of the game, and the Visage Familiars get the doubles. You can always have the double stuns. I didn't get to keep an eye on him during the game, but I'm sure FRL did an amazing job with the stuns. So it's just they played a lot better, and the lineup of UG, if they're not up and by like 10 or 15 kills in the early game, it's really hard because all their damage is basically magical, and all they had to do for Swag is just get some BKBs and find a way to lock down Terrorblade.
So fantastic plays coming out from Swag, secures them a new win, and now their record, they're going to go ahead and move up to 3-2. Unfortunately, though, for Union Gaming, the struggle still continues. Looking for their first win. This puts them down at 0-4 at the bottom, but hopefully they can bring in some wins, get themselves back up into contention for hopefully tiebreakers, but for now, it's going to be a long road as we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. It's been a pleasure as always, folks. Tomorrow, I'm going to move on into the Europe division for some games there, and you can catch more Summit action throughout the rest of the week. And, well, Ryu, thank you so much for joining me in the last game. It's been a pleasure as always. Any last, final call-outs or shout-outs or whatever you kids do?
Shout out to EG for winning Starladder. That was amazing.
Spoilers!
To watch.
I've been stuck here casting!
Oh, well, I'm so sorry, dude.
I'm just kidding. It wasn't like the whole chat just didn't come in here and go, EG won, and talk away anyways.
Did you get to see any of the games?
Not really. I watched a bit from yesterday, but I still have VODs to watch. But
those were probably the most intense games in a long time. Or at least, since like maybe VG, EG, and the EG Alliance. So it's pretty good.
Shout out to them. Watching. Did you say yet where they can find you on your Twitters?
They can find me at Coddle Guy and at Ryu Dota.
Ryu Boris Dota. Don't try to spell it. It'll probably take a couple of tries and you eventually get it. Ryu, it's a pleasure as always. We're just going to have you creep on out of here like you do. There you go, right? No. You got to go. Bye. Bye, Ryu. Down you go.
Later, man.
Later. And because everyone would rather look at this cat in the cup, to be honest. So, Cat in the Cup, also a pleasure as always. Catch him over on Twitter at Cat in the Cup. Actually, I don't think there's a Twitter there for it, but if there was, I'd be damn impressed. Anyways, folks, take care. Catch me on my Twitter at Call Guy, and we'll be back tomorrow. And later on tonight, I believe we actually have some C Dota action coming your way. Take care. We'll catch you next time.